Well, hello there, friend. Thanks for stopping by. We're going to install some hardware. Today I'm installing a surface vertical rod panic on the active leaf here. This is a Von Duprin 9827L-F LBR less bottom rod with an E996L trim. Yeah, let's do it. Here I'm opening up the trim. Tell you, this install was a little tough, but we got through it. It's early in the morning. It's a high traffic area. We had some time pressure because we had to get this done before the kids showed up at the occupied side of the school. So yeah, but it was good. These are always like doing these. Always like when they don't have the bottom rod. These are 8-foot doors, so these always come set up for 7-foot doors, so they send you a rod extension pack in here with this. So yeah, so just unpackaging. Now I'm gonna grab my template and start marking this out on the door. I just marked the in this video we're just doing the active leaf here. That was enough. No. So I'm gonna hold the template up and mark the 4 holes, and you're gonna see me come back through also after, and I'm gonna mark the 5th and the 6th screw holes. They don't show those being installed in these instructions, but I like to have them there for just in helping me mount. So I use a different the template that comes with the rim panics, align it up with everything also, but that just helps me in installing the trim, so that's why I like that one. And since it's a pair, I'm just going to transfer my center line over from my active leaf prep so that that side, the exit only side, they'll just be all lined up. And yeah, here I'm, oh, a little level thing fell out of my square. But yeah, I'm marking the center line because sometimes you hold that template up on the edge of the door, you can hold it crooked or just the way it is. It's a little, at least I do. It can be crooked sometimes. So, and then I'm taking that center line also, and you transfer it up to the top of the door for your top latch. And I was trying to do that. It was a little awkward in that position on the ladder, but I was trying to do it without scraping up the door at all also. But yeah, it's one of those things where this was the first one of the day and the only one really I had to do, and here I'm marking the stop, and I'll show you why I'm doing that in a minute. So I have a center line at the top and I have the stop line marked. Now I'm going to take my template and then I cut it, and to me, doing it this way is much easier than trying to hold the door closed, push the template up into the right spot, and then mark all those holes. I cut it like that, and then I fold it right there. Yep, you got it folded in the right spot, guy. Good job. That's where you fold it. Yeah, I like to do it that way, so then I can mark it with the door open, and I'm not trying to like hold it closed. And with paper templates, man, sometimes they move around, and you end up with, the whole point is to get the holes in the right spot, right? Sometimes you end up with the holes in the wrong spot that way. And here, I don't know why I'm reading the instructions. Nobody needs to do that. But yeah, I was looking for something. I'm not sure what I was looking for, but, and then you're gonna see me magically have gloves on here at one point. Let's see when does that happen? Hey, just like that. Magic. That's my magic trick. So using my drill block just to drill my holes through the door. The top 2 holes on this one are really the only ones that matter, because the bottom ones are barely going through any material at all on the door because of the lever cutout. The instructions show, yeah, 6 bolts up there. These doors were solid, so, but the instructions do say those 6 bolts are required, and yeah, it has to do with, I believe, because it's fire rated. So then put the put that bracket on, and then you slip the top latch in, put it in the latch position, and put that second screw in. Now I'm looking at the trim, and at this point I'm realizing, oh my gosh, they gave me the wrong-handed trim. Okay, let's check it out. Yep, that's not the right hand. Okay. So just another step in the process. Let's rehand this electrified trim. We're gonna remove the 2 lower mounting studs, and then we're gonna loosen the top 2 studs. And then we're gonna lift it up, take that blocking mechanism out of the bottom, set that there, and then we're gonna remove the slider assembly. It's at this point everyone's telling me, hey, you're in everyone's way, get out of the way. So I'll move to the other side of the hall and try it over here, try to stay out of the way. So yeah, slider assembly comes out, and then we are going to take a retaining ring out right there. That's the retaining ring, and then we're gonna lift the, I think do they call that the cam? What do they call that? I mean, let me know what they call that. I didn't look in the paperwork here. So then I move the lever to the other side, and then you're gonna remove the shear pin. So loosen the hex set screw there. The shear pin's gonna slide out. You're gonna put it back to the bottom where it needs to go. Tighten it back up, and then that handing that thing goes like that. And I flipped it over. You flip it over to make sure the handle, it changes which way the handle sags. Basically, it makes sure it doesn't sag. Keeps it tilted up a little bit higher than it's supposed to be for whichever hand it is, which is a good thing. And now, as I'm finishing this up, I'm about to realize that I forgot to put the retaining ring back. So I'm like, hey, look at this. What a good, oh, dude, now I realize. Why don't we just do this again? Let's do it one more time, and let's see if we can do it right this time. So again, I'm taking out the lower 2 mounting studs, loosen the top, I'm taking out the blocking. Yeah, you forgot the retaining ring, bro. Dude, that's some good video editing skills right there. So yeah. Now back to this point, we're gonna put the retaining ring back on, and we're gonna do it right. Do it right. Try to do it right the first time, but worst case, do it right the second time. So we're gonna tighten the top 2 studs, pop the blocking mechanism back in with the wire oriented correctly. We got it oriented correctly. Good. Tighten that up. And then still can't install it because I haven't put the cylinder in yet, but you know, one step at a time. Now I gotta drill a hole through the center case here of the panic so that the wire can go through, and I'm gonna hit it from both sides just so I don't leave any sharp edges on it. Then I hold it up to the door and I mark the through hole that I need for the wire to come through on the trim. It's right there. And yeah, now we're gonna run the wire through the back side of the panic, and you take those 2 screws out, and that little bracket there supposed to learn all these names. Come on, Drew, come on. So then slide it out of the bar there, and you're gonna just pop it right there between the center case and the bar, and then it just lays flat in the channel that's in the back side of that. And these wires they give you now are a lot thinner than the old ones they used to have, so this is much easier. It used to be a lot tighter. This is very nice now. And then that little harness just poking out right there. The bracket goes back on, put the screws back in, and you ran your wire. Good job. Yep. Yeah, we still don't have nothing screwed onto the door yet, do we? Well, we got the tap latch. That's true. So there's my breakaway screws for mounting the rim cylinder. So we're gonna mount that rim cylinder. It says don't over tighten these screws. I have over tightened them before, and I've also over tightened the mounting studs before, and they will prevent your trim from operating. Don't do that. Don't over tighten those. So that's gonna, wire pops through the hole we drilled, trim props into those holes. I'm gonna cut my tail piece so that 1/2 inch of it is sticking out of the door. Oh my gosh, are we gonna put a panic on the door yet? Yeah, we're gonna open our screw pack from the clear side. No screws left behind. And yeah, so in reading the instructions are telling you all the different lengths for the screws, and it does say for any of these trims, the 1 3/8" screw is the one that you're supposed to use. Those brass ones are 1 inch, and they have a bunch of different sizes in all those packs. So from what they say it's the screw pack that comes with the trim, which, hey, makes sense. And then I'm screwing in the trim to the center case with my screwdrivers, and this is where those 5th and 6th screw holes are helpful to me, because they're holding the panic bar up and then let me just thread into the trim very smoothly. Nothing's crooked, nothing's twisted, and I'm going to connect that harness and just shove it right there where it's away from the moving parts and protected. And this customer, they're not using the electrified function on this, so we are installing it just as a lever that's going to lock and unlock. So that changes how we install it a little bit, but I believe they deleted all their electrified stuff at one point. So, and yes, now we're going to install the end cap bracket, 55 1/8. There you go. 55 1/8, I believe it was. Very interesting stuff, and it's exciting too. I'm gonna leave all my trim screws in their package, because it's gonna be a little bit before I can install those, and if I open them now, I might lose them. So I'm gonna keep them all in the bag. We're gonna mount our end cap with the wood screws provided, and we have a panic on the door. We have a trim installed, and I'm just going to test it and make sure. Right now it's unlocked. Let's make sure I can turn it and lock it, and then turn it and unlock it again. Beautiful, it worked. Okay, that's the point we're at. It's time, I think, to start working on the rods. There's my combo screws, wood and metal. So combo screw for that's for the rod guide. I'm going to open up the rod guide. There it is. That'll get installed once the rod's placed. And like I said, this is a 8-foot opening. The top rod that comes with the panics is for a 7-foot door. So I basically need 12 more inches of a rod to. Oh no! Don't pull up that for math. Come on, dude. You can do 120 minus 96. Well, you know what? It was early, like I said. Okay, 24. That means I'm cutting 24 inches off of the extension rod. So that's what that means. And what we're going to end up doing then is, what are we going to end up doing? So here, I'm going to cut the top rod extension, the extension rod. Cut it on my line. It's going to give me that extra 12 inches. And then what you end up doing is, on the top rod that it comes with, you remove the latch case rod connector, which is on the right hand side of that longer rod. So you'll see me, and I'm gonna put a hole here too with their little drill template. You need an 1/8 inch hole all the way through, because you're going to take the roll pin, and that's what's going to hold in the latch case rod connector. So here, I'm going to give myself an 1/8 inch hole all the way through there, just like the one on the left that holds that pin, extension connector pin thingy. Man, Drew, you got to learn these words. So we're going to remove the pin that's holding in the latch case rod connector from the top rod, using something to poke it through. Come on, it's coming. There it is. Hey, there it is. And then you're going to slide the extension that you cut. It's just going to pop right in where you removed that, and a roll pin's going to hold that together. And then you're going to reinstall that latch case rod connector into the top of the extension piece, and that's where you drilled the hole, and another roll pin goes in there and holds that all together. Yeah, so it's nice when you have a lot of these to do instead of just like one or two, because you can kind of really get going on them. Then you're gonna thread that into the top latch, and then you're gonna make sure that top latch is in the latched position, and then slip it in. That's how you're gonna make sure you have the right length, is slip, and then slips into the head of the panic bar. Yeah, always do it from the latch position. And now I'm gonna slide the little rod guide on, because you have to do that before you put the center case cover plate on, and then now it's all gonna stay locked together. And they want that rod guide installed at the mid point, like just in the middle of the rods. So I'm putting the covers on, and then I'll measure between the covers and see what it is, and install it right in the halfway point between those two. So little tiny screws here, don't lose them. So putting the screws into the top latch cover. Yep, get it lined up. There it is. You got it now, guy. All right, and then I'm gonna take a measurement now. Am I finished the cover plates? So those are done. Okay, slider goes in. Now I'm gonna open those cover plate screws. Okay, good job. Let's put the end cap on, and then got my 4 cover screws. Wow, if you made it this far, you are a trooper, man. This is like, I mean, this is some exciting stuff. Wouldn't you agree? But yeah, it's kind of fun. Yep, so I'll put my mark right there, and then I'm just gonna hold up that rod guide, mark the 2 holes, drill them, screw them in. Well, I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it. And once that's done, all we have left to do is install the what are we gonna install? The strike, that roller strike at the top of the door, and it is that one is the one that's designed for fire rated openings. It's like the 499F, something like that. Let me look through the paperwork. But yeah, hey, it's starting to look like a door, right? I don't see it on here, but that's okay. Man, I was so in the way on this door, man. Everybody was so mad at me, but hey, what you gonna do? I did my best to work around everybody. We made it happen. All right, tap those 2 holes. But anyway, you'll see that fire latch has 2 pieces to it. One piece is gonna go on the door, and the one piece goes on the frame. So. Compared to doing a concealed vertical rod, I much prefer these, just because I can do it with the door, swinging already. And yeah, so now I'm putting that part that goes on the door, and I should have learned the name to that. If you know the name, let me know. But I'll learn it one of these days. We're almost there. But yeah, thanks so much for watching with me, and if you have any questions, let me know. If you see something I just did that was really stupid and you can help me out, I would really appreciate it, because I'm sure there's at least a couple things I did that could get better at. Alright, then we're just going to pop in the last 3 screws, because I adjusted it to where I'm going to have a little bit of wiggle room if they're going to be putting some smoke seal on, which it looks like they are. So yeah, that's it, guys. We did it. The surface vertical rod panic. So thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll have more videos for you, and I will catch you next time, okay?